Hello and welcoming you all back to a video lecture series on operational decision making. In this lecture series, we have been discussing about what is operations management, and we were also been looking on to what is decision making, what is decision making process, what is operational decision making, how operational decision making is taken inside the organization in case of deputing new salespersons inside the organization, and we were also be discussing about excludability, non-excludability, rivalness and non-rivalness in the case of types of goods, and we were also being discussed about the two main types of goods. One is the private goods, and as well as we have also been discussed about the public goods. So we have been seeing the difference between the private and public goods as well, that is both are totally contracts. The private goods are excludable and rival as well. The public goods are non-excludable and non-rival at the same time. So in this video we will be discussing about what is common resources or common goods. So what would be your idea about common goods? So coming on to the common goods or common resources, the common resources are defined as products or resources that are non-excludable but they are rival. So in the previous two types of goods, we were seeing either it would be excludable and rival or non-excludable and non-rival. But in case of a common resources, it is non-excludable but it is rival. So non-excludable in the sense what we have seen, the purchase or consumption of the good doesn't limits the person. Availability of goods doesn't limits to any of the person. At the same time, what is rival? The consumption of good by one person reduces the usage of same good by some other person. Clear? So in this case, common good is that what we have discussed, it is non-excludable but rival. That means virtually anyone can use them. Any people. It doesn't limits the usage of the product. That means virtually anyone can use them. However, if one individual consumes the common resource or this common good, the availability of this common resource to other individual is reduced. So the combination of these two characteristics often results in the common resources. So what would be your idea or an example for this kind of a common resource? That is, anyone can virtually use this kind of a common resource, but the availability, so this is anyone can virtually use these kinds of resources, so it is non-excludable, but the availability or usage of these kind of common resources reduces the usage of this common resource by some other person. Clear? So it is rival. So what would be the example of common resources or common goods? So the bestest example of common resources may include fresh water, fish, timber, pastures, pearls, etc. etc. So let us take fresh water. In fresh water, in this case, if fresh water can be used by anyone, it doesn't limits, or anyone can use this kind of fresh water. It doesn't limit, only I can use this fresh water, only you can use this fresh water. It doesn't mean. The water from the river can be used by anyone, but at the same time the fresh water, so it is non-excludable, but at the same time the fresh water consumed by me reduces the availability of the same fresh water by some other person as well. It reduces. So this is the example of common resources or common goods. So please do comment your ideas about what are some other common resources that comes into your mind while discussing about this common resources. So that's it about the common resources. So as of now, we have been discussed about what are the types of goods. So on the categories under which the types of goods have been categorized, under the 4 types of goods we have been discussed about the 3 main types of goods. One is private goods, public goods, and common goods or common resources. The next final type of a good is what will be club goods. So we will be discussing it clearly in the next video. Thank you.